Hey Revolution, everybody. This is your boy Brother Leonard, the Truth Seeker, and I'm coming to you with a few minutes of truth. And I was hoping that I wouldn't have to come to you again before Thursday. This coming Thursday, we're going to have a few minutes of truth live stream. I'm still working on what I want to present for that, but tune in sometime between 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look here for the live stream. But before I get to that, stumbled across the video. I saw it was written somewhere, but I actually found the video, and I want to thank one of my friends for tagging me on it. It's about Marvin Sapp. Yeah. And his comments about the Jay-Z 444 album. Okay. It's not necessarily about the albums. It's technically more so about him, about Marvin Sapp. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to play for you the video, and then after the video, then I'm gonna give you my commentary on it. All right, we'll be right back.
Like Shalon's, Jay-Z, and Beyonce was in the elevator. Shalon's was going off. It came out that she was going on because he cheated on his sister. But y'all still buying his record.
Yeah,
love him. So y'all holding, even with Beyonce, y'all holding us to standards that's unfair. And then somebody said, well, James Fortune's record came out #1 on Billboard. He sold 3,000 records.
3,000?
That's it. 3,000. Jay-Z sells 1 million. He sells 3,000. He #1 at Billboard and Gospel. Why is it that y'all hold the world to a lower standard but buy their music? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not that. The reason why we do what we do is because we select who we gonna support. But my issue is the message of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The message of Jesus Christ always should be bigger than the messenger. And when we put the messenger above the message, we end up defeating the purpose of Jesus Christ. And all I want people to do is support
that
the
no
kingdom.
matter what.
No matter what. No matter what. If he beat Beyonce, if he cheat on Beyonce, if he fight with Shalon's in the elevator or what have you, if he cuss y'all out, listen, reality, truth story. I took my daughters to Beyonce and Jay-Z's concert in Chicago. They wanted to go see the On the Run tour. So I took them. Yeah, the bishop is sitting up in the Jay-Z concert. It's jammed to capacity. You cannot get in there. Everything is blunt. All I smoked the entire night was weed and blunt the entire night in that facility. But black, white, whatever, they was all in there. He started singing this song about the N-word. White people around me was saying it. Black people, nobody was getting mad. Everybody was N. I don't even know the name of the song. But I got offended. I was sitting there like, they letting all these white people and stuff up in this thing. But you know what? They were unified. You know why they were unified? Because they was focused on one message. Great music. Period. And I sat there and I was like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I got a contact high that night. I did. But I was like, this is ridiculous. We don't get it. We sit up here and I just don't understand how the church, and I'm not going to say as a whole because everybody's not that way. But I just don't understand how the church in general is missing the message of grace when God gave it to us. And we understand it because we give it to Jay-Z. Because we support his music. Do you know I think they said 200 million people in the United States claim to be Christians? And we're 12% of the population. And 70% of African Americans claim to be believers. And you mean to tell me that more gospel artists ain't going platinum and gold with all these folks that name the name of Christ? I struggle with that. But that's my opinion.
All right, now you just heard Marvin talking about the Jay-Z album, and basically the gist of it, not to get into too many specifics because you basically read it. The first thing that I got out of it is that, first of all, you can't have your cake and eat it too. All right, and that's what basically he's trying to do. Marvin Sapp, trying to equate. Now this is the whole thing. He's trying to equate how the people in the secular world, okay, support their own or support the artists that they like. But the gospel folk and the church folk don't support the gospel artists to that degree. See, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it, basically, I'm going to live a standard. I'm going to have a standard. I'm going to preach this standard. And then when people decide that they don't want to live up to your standard, that they want to come and support your music. Or you can't have it of saying, well, he cheated on his wife and y'all still like that stuff. Well, first of all, going into it, the people supporting Jay-Z's music already know from the door that Jay-Z's flawed, that Beyonce's flawed, that their relationship is flawed, and that's typically how real folk are. But on the gospel end, y'all have roughly 50 to 60 years of ingraining your audience that the musician, the gospel musician, is perfect. About 50 to 60 years of conditioning of that. In those 50 to 60 years, you've been telling people that if you listen to other music, any forms of other music, that you're in fact going to hell. You told them if they go to the clubs and go to the parties and go to the concerts, that they're going to hell. You told them all this stuff for years, that if they like this other music, that they're going to hell. That you are supposed to just listen to gospel music 24/7, 365. And that's all you're supposed to listen to. And so when you do listen to that music, and basically the musicians who are giving you that music give you an inauthentic form of music, so when the real stuff happens, folk may not want to support it. Now, he gave a very piss poor example in the video of James Fortune. Now, for many of you who may not be aware, James Fortune is a gospel artist who has had some recent trouble. Okay? Who's had some recent trouble. First of all, he took his stepson, who was 5 years old, put him in a tub of scalding hot water, burned up his lower parts of his body to the point where that boy, who is now a teenager, has been struggling with that. And then about a year and a half ago, this same James Fortune gets mad at that same woman, his wife, gets mad at him, gets mad at her, and smashes her over with a bar stool. Smashes her with a bar stool, fracturing her pelvis with a bar stool. But Marvin Sapp wants you to still support James Fortune's music. I think there's a little bit of a difference between someone having a chick on the side when you expect that person to have a chick on the side compared to a child abusing, wife beating gospel artist. I think there's a big difference here. So what he's saying is that you, the consumer, should support someone who is not living up to the message that he is proclaiming. So you are supposed to support hypocrisy. That's what Marvin has just told you. Now here's the thing though. Here's the thing. See, if you apply that same logic to, say, an artist like Toney, then what you're saying is this. Toney, when he left gospel music and came out being gay, he left as the best gospel musician in the game at the time. He was definitely the most innovative musician, the most unique artist that that the gospel music had ever had. He was going to be like the prince of gospel music. Just so artistic that you couldn't even fathom it. But here's the thing. What Marvin is telling you is this. While all the other gospel artists and stuff shut him out, cut him off, you know, they all did it. They all did it because he came out and said he was gay. And now he doesn't do gospel music. Well, he does it on the side, but he doesn't necessarily do gospel anymore. So with your same logic, Marvin, why isn't Tone the hottest gospel artist right now? Why did he have to get kicked out, Marvin? He got kicked out of the industry. So what you're saying is that despite the flaws, despite the, you know, the flaws of the messenger, that the message is key. But the problem with that is when you come up with a message of a standard and those delivering the message don't live up to the standard, then you're going to have that problem. See, the folk that go see Beyonce and Jay-Z and support their music, they don't have a standard that they trying to live by for them. They just have good music. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. Okay? And that's the first point. The next point is this. I've been saying this for a few years. The gospel music industry has lost its soul. And what I mean by that is sometime around the mid-2000s, there was a change in gospel music. It got away from the big boisterous choirs and the driving soulful beats to the ensembles and to these nice, cute little praise song type things. And it totally took the essence of what gospel music was, and, you know, and how it was, you know, this real heartfelt, you know, this real soul-stirring music, and became basically commercial. Made it palatable for your mega churches that have mixed congregations. So all the gospel artists started singing these songs for them. So I do find that interesting as well. You know, so now you have this situation now where the music itself is not good and is not what people come to know from gospel, but yet you want people to sit up there and to support your music. Listen, man, nobody wants to support that mess because it's not good. Plain and simple. If it was good, people would support it. That is the issue with why people are flocking to this Jay-Z and not flocking to your music, because when they see the Jay-Z radio, when they see him on the radio, when they hear him on the radio, when they look at that download, they see him and his music as being authentic. But what they see you and they see your friends and this music right now, it is not authentic. It is not. That is the difference. You know, a lot of these cats, as much as you want to say that the church should have the message, and they should, but until the church becomes real and the gospel music becomes real, it's a wrap. All right, everyone, that's my few minutes of truth, and this time it was a short video, and I appreciate that. So, like I said, Thursday, between 7 p.m. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the few minutes of truth will be the live stream. So check us out. And once again, this is your boy, Brother Leonard, the Truth Seeker, and I'm giving you Revolution, because it is televised, because it's right here on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, by the way. Revolution.